Right then, sir, could you, who the heck are you?
I'm Bob Jones.
I'm very pleased to meet you, sir. And tell me what you do here in the church.
I'm just a verger.
You know everything about this place, so just the verge is an important thing.
I know a lot of it, you know.
Now listen, do you think this church or the church is relevant to 21st century Sunderland?
I still do.
Yeah?
Yes.
So what makes it attractive? Why are you still getting people coming along? What do you think that the reason for that is?
We get people in because it's a minster now, and I think a lot of people come here because it is a minster, and I think it's some sort of holier than thou church, and it isn't. It's just an ordinary church.
So you think they regard it as a place of honoured spirituality, and that's why they come?
Yes,
maybe?
I would think so.
Oh, that's interesting. What about the Bible? Is the Bible relevant for the 21st century?
Oh yes, definitely. You know, I mean, we have Bibles all over the church. I mean, I still read it myself. So. Because sometimes I might have an argument with somebody and I think he's not right, so I'll go over and look at the Bible. And I was wrong.
As long as you don't hit them with it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's wonderful, Bob.
Oh.
And what about preaching? Is preaching something that we should do?
Well, I think if you keep your sermons 10 to 15 minutes, but I mean, you know, one of our Middle Ages people, I'll show you the pews just now, he said nobody sleeps, and he used to preach for 2 hours.
So what's the difference then with him preaching for 2 hours and now being limited to maybe 10, 15 minutes?
Well, I don't think people can sit on the hard pews for 2 hours.
So what about if you had soft chairs in here though? What do you think that might be more conducive?
It's been different people want to put chairs in the church itself, but the congregation object because they like the pews. But these pews in here, if you've got a minute, I'll show you.
Let me follow you through, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now these pews are 1642.
Are they really?
And these were the ones where the preacher used to preach for 2 hours and said, nobody sleeps. You sit on there and see.
Let's have a quick look here, Bob. Good grief, you couldn't, could you? You sat bolt upright for 2 hours.
And that was why he bought these pews.
Is that right? So even then, the minister, the vicar in charge, the rector, he made sure that he got these bolt upright pews so no one could go to sleep during his sermon for 2 hours.
The rector actually was very, very powerful man in the Middle Ages.
Is that right?
I mean, this was a very affluent parish to be rector. I mean, some of the names here. I mean, we've even got the Duke of Wellington's brother, who was rector.
Here we go, look at that.
Because the tithes and the rent used to amount to nearly £1,000 a year in 1600 and something, you know. And the rector never preached here. He had a team of 3 or 4 curates, and they ran the parish, and he just used to come and collect the tithes and the rent, things like that.
It's good work if you can get it, isn't it? That's for sure.
And of course, we had a pope from here, which of course, in them days, all the churches were Roman Catholic, you see. And
a Geordie Pope?
Yes.
Who would have thunk it?
As you can see, you know, the names, they're all Norman names, all French names. And then we've got the Reformation, and then we've got Cromwell. Well, Cromwell, the Church of England wouldn't recognise the rectors that Cromwell sent, so they put them down as intruders.
No.
Yeah.
And that's remarkable.
Oh, yes.
So intruders because they weren't of apostolic succession.
Exactly, because they were Puritans.
Right, so that's interesting. So William Johnson, Samuel Hammond, William Groves, as Puritans were regarded as intruders.
That's right.
That's
because they were Puritans, and the crosses and every idolatry was taken out of the church. Everything, anything appertaining to the church, you know, the idolatry of the church, for want of a better word, they took it all out. Right. You know.
So they weren't much appreciated then. So I presume that's after the restoration of Charles II.
Yes.
Then you're getting back to your apostolic succession.
This Robert Gray, he was a marvellous rector. He used his own money in times to put the church right.
Right.
You know, and then we had the big thing when we got money from Sir John Priestman. And this was a real restoration. You know, I mean. Right. I mean, when you think in that day and age, it cost £50,000, which was a fortune in them days, you know.
What about today? Is this still a spiritual? I mean, we were talking through there. It's a spiritual focal point.
Oh yes,
But yeah,
there's all sorts goes on here. I mean, it's the only church that's open 7 days a week.
you got a cafe and brasserie here as well.
Well, that's it. You see.
So does that help? I mean,
Well,
is that a separate business, or does it help run the church?
it's a separate business. It's a separate business from the church. But you know what we find is some people come for have a meal, and then they come in the church and light a candle.
Gotcha.
And they stay for 2 or 3 minutes, have a prayer in the Lady Chapel or something like that. And, you know,
Right.
it encourages, you know, they don't walk past, they just pop in, you know.
Bob, thank you very much indeed for this
it's a
interview.
pleasure.
I appreciate
It's a
that,
pleasure.
so thank you.
But this is